makes Power of the Doctor so frustrating is how little Jodie Whittaker actually gets to do in her final story. I get there were extenuating circumstances, this episode was a last minute addition and it was an anniversary, so of course you'd want to throw in all the cameos that you can possibly get, but it does mean that the main characters of this era kind of get sidelined, which is really annoying. I know that having Ace and Tegan say goodbye to their respective Doctors makes dramatic sense, but 13 should be allowed to have that opportunity too, to demonstrate she is just as much the same character. And a lot of people tend to forget that the reason fan service and nostalgic characters are emotionally compelling, at least more than new characters, is all of the work that went into liking them in the first place. And that really wasn't given that opportunity to the 13th Doctor Yaz or the Sash-Dhawan Master. They had just started to figure out their characters by the time this episode came out, and personally I think any of the previous 3 episodes would have made better Regeneration episodes for the 13th Doctor, because while they're also quite messy, I think she's allowed to take centre stage and has a bit more personality in that one. Don't get me wrong, she has some nice moments here. I love her goodbye with Yaz and her actual regeneration scene itself, but that is right at the end of the episode. I think a lot of people will be less confused by the Master's decision to try and steal the Doctor's body, because his jealousy and self-loathing was something that was technically set up before, but given so little focus that this endgame seems like it comes out of nowhere. And that is what's really frustrating. If you actually allowed the characters the spotlight and also gave them more emotional moments rather than just mountains of exposition, then I think the 13th Doctor's era will be looked back on a lot more fondly.